What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to Stoic Context. Today, we are going to react to another Kevin Samuels video. Before we get into it, make sure you guys like and subscribe. I'm going to save my commentary for the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. Let's get into it.
Hello? You need to turn off YouTube in the background. Yeah, okay. Yes, I can. Money World.
All right, we have it now. So, hi, Kevin.
Hello.
I'm Diamond.
How are you?
I'm Alexis. I'm
What do you got
good. We're
for me?
good.
What do you have for me? What question do you have for me?
We love your show. We agree with a lot of things going on in your show and the topics that you make, and we just wanted to know where we could find high value men at and how to attract them because we think we're high value girls.
Okay. Well, how old are you?
25.
Yeah.
Okay. So I always ask the same question. Why do either one of you want a high value man?
I guess we feel like we deserve those type of men because we're feminine, inspirational, and what's the other one? I forgot. We feel like we're FBI, yeah. Women.
You do realize that you can be an FBI woman, but there's no deserving. Okay. High value men are the top 20, 15, 10% of the population. And there is no deserve when it comes to that. Did either one of you go to college?
We both did, yeah.
What college did you go to?
Valdosta and Georgia State.
Okay. Georgia State, Valdosta. Does anyone deserve to go to Harvard? Or deserve to go to Yale? Or deserve to go to Princeton? Or deserve to go to MIT?
No, you have to earn your way.
Exactly. And that's the same way with high value men. You have to earn them. If you watch my broadcast, I've said this. And sadly, so many black women feel as though just because I'm a nice person, I deserve a high value man and a high value lifestyle. That's not true. So when you ask me where they are, they're part of the problem, part of the issue is even if they're around you, why would they pick you if you don't look at, if you don't share, if you don't understand what I just said? Were either you raised by your father?
No.
Okay. So let's just be honest. Most women want a high value man because they want a high value lifestyle. Is meaning you want a certain standard of life. It means you want to live in a certain kind of home, a certain kind of neighborhood, drive a certain kind of car, shop, live.
Well, yeah, I feel like I deserve a high value man because I've worked to be a high value woman. So, I know you like often joke about, is he talking? Like having a PhD. So I feel like having an education is big. Always like making goals and striving towards your goals. And you talk about women being like inspirational. So I feel like if I had a high value man, I'd be able to like support his dreams and go along with his plans.
Okay, I've defined high value women. And it has nothing to do with education.
Right.
What makes a woman high value has nothing to do with her education. I'll define high value for you, and you tell me if you fit it. High value women are attractive and appealing to the eye, to the body, and to the soul. High value women have a comforting character. High value women are discerning and disciplined. High value women are enthusiastic and exuberant. They're also loyal and liberating. None of the things I said have anything to do with an education. Now, would you say that you are those things?
Yeah, I think so.
Have you ever cheated on a boyfriend?
No.
Well, now when we define cheating, I don't mean just having relations with somebody. I mean going out with another guy, letting chatting up another man who you knew were interested in you. Okay.
Yeah, we've never done that.
All right. Well, what I'm trying to get to is it's really hard to be a high value woman at um okay, outside now that you've heard what I said makes a high value woman, what are the things that you would consider making you high value?
Um,
Or fair, or to be fair, do you just see yourself as high value?
no, I feel like from listening to your show, like
Mm-hmm.
we're not in the danger zone. We don't have any kids.
Good. That
We
but that's just normal, sweetheart. That's
yeah.
just normal. Do you have a
Um,
boyfriend?
no.
What was the last relationship you had?
Almost a year ago.
How old was he?
25.
What did he do for a living?
Cybersecurity.
Okay. And 25, and you were 23 at the time?
No, we're both the same age.
And how much did he earn?
80,000.
Okay. Good money for a 25-year-old. Do you have high value men approaching you?
I don't think so.
All right. That tells you something. Okay. What city do you live in?
Atlanta.
All right. You got work to do. I mean, I appreciate you watching my show. And if you want, and if high value is something you really want, you got to become competitive. And it has to be more than just being a sweet woman, a feminine woman. And the things that I say are just, they're very broad, but you're competing with women who have been groomed since they were little girls in etiquette school, charm school, how to cook, clean, serve for man. I mean, I have a woman on this show. Her name is Dr. Lucia. She went to the Mayo Clinic, and I've had several women who have gone through talking about how they were really groomed to be serve a man, and often, especially in the Black community, you weren't even raised with a man in the household. So what I'm saying to you is good to set your goals, but high value is something so rare. Um, it's not really. If you don't have high value, you can still have a good life. Why do you have to have high value men? That's the question.
Well, I think we both would be happy with Henry's.
Right, but it's because of their okay, but it's because of the money.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta break it to you.
I think, well, okay, here's what we really think. So as women, like it's a lot easier for us to get like good jobs, good places to live. And like, even though that's not important, we would at least like to meet people who at least have like what we have or more, which at that point is that by your standard, a Henry or a high value man, because both of us, like we're not 6-figure women, but we're getting there. So it's just kind of like with the things that we have and the things that we want, a lot of men in Atlanta don't seem to have that in particular.
Well, first of all, you're outnumbered. The women outnumber the men here 20-1. That's number one. You're outnumbered. But you mentioned education and income, okay? But let's say you were married. Do you want to have children?
Yes.
Do you want to have children as well?
Yes.
How many?
2.
2. And then after you're pregnant with the first child, do you want to have to work?
No.
So what about you?
I don't mind working.
Okay, I said, do you want to have to?
I guess no.
All right. So again, your education, your money, and all that stuff, after you're married, pregnant, it all stops. Your husband would have to carry the financial load. right? So in a man's mind, all that doesn't count. All the stuff that you want to count goes away. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it goes away, but
Yeah, it goes away. It does. So then what's left?
Being a wife and a mom to his kids and a wife to
Okay.
him.
All right. And did you learn how to be a wife? Did you grow up learning how to be a wife?
No, but my mom did put me in like cotillions and my
Okay.
family members I saw married to them, but I did not have a dad in the household.
Okay.
Or
So
dad.
neither one of you learned how to be a wife,
Right.
right? So you want a man who's earning in the top 10%, 5% to marry a woman and 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 you want to be a wife, or you want on the job training. Okay. So when I said there's work to be done, I don't begrudge you ladies for wanting what you want, but you're not really qualified for it. It's like, well, and the first thing you said is we deserve. You don't deserve anything. No one deserves anything. And that's what I need so many of you young ladies, especially young black women, to understand. You have to work for what you want. Did you have to, either one of you have to take student loans out?
barely.
Okay. Why did you barely have to take out student loans?
I only needed I graduated college with like $5,000 in college
But did you
debt.
have scholarships?
Yeah, I had a few.
Academic?
Yeah, academic and like income based.
Okay. All right. In this life, you get what you earn. A man who's earning the kind of money you're talking about is a catch.
But why is men that earn that much a catch, but women are already somewhat at that standard?
What do you mean?
Like at least a Henry or better is like most women seems like in Atlanta. But to get a man like that is a quote unquote catch.
No. Okay. Well, first of all, double black black men out earn black women. That's number one. So 3% of women in this country earn over six figures. 13% of men. So you guys got a lot of misinformation. You don't out earn men. Black men earn more than black women everywhere. All right. And why is it a catch? Because let's say I married either one of you and you're making $100,000. You're pregnant with Kevin Jr. Guess what? Your money goes away. I still have to work. Right? My money has to fund the family. So, in order to have this high value lifestyle, it has to be based solely upon what I can deliver day in, day out, week in, week out, month in, month out, year in, year out. Because women are up and down, kids, not kids, part time, not part time. That's why we are the catch. That is why it is so, that's why you have to earn these men. And you want it, right? You both want the same thing. All right. If one man that you were both attracted to who earned the kind of money and was the Henry you talked about, there's only one, you guys would have to do what? You gonna share him?
We might.
Well, hey, at least thank you for being honest. I mean, but you're gonna but if you don't share him, what you gonna have to do?
Yeah.
No, I didn't hear it. What you gonna have to do?
I guess you have to cheat.
No,
Ask if you got
not pick.
Make
You're
sure
gonna
you're
have to
more
compete.
friend.
Excuse me? What'd you say?
Oh, you know how high value men kind of like run together? I was saying make sure your friend gets on with maybe
No,
a friend.
But the thing is, if I said there's one,
Yeah.
that friend shit's gonna go out the window because one of you will have a husband who can make the kind of money to leave you being able to not have to work and have babies, and the other will have nothing. That's the reality, sweethearts. That's the world. You can be friends all you want to, but when that man that you want, who you know are not that plentiful, you gotta compete. Are you prepared to cut your friend's throat to get the man?
Never.
Well, then buy a dog. Because this is why Becky, Mylene, and Marisol kick your asses. Because they are willing to compete to win. And you care more about being liked by other Black women than getting a high value man. Thank you for being honest. You'd rather share him or not compete. That's why you don't deserve it. You're not really trying to win. You just want it because you think it sounds good. Not is it something that you have to strive for. And not everybody can get it. And this is a reality that's going to be very hard, because imagine if you and your friend say, I'm not going to compete with you, girl. I'm not going to compete with you. Then he picks the girl down the street, the white girl down the street, because you guys didn't want to compete. You both lost. Right?
Yeah.
How does that help either one of you?
So where do you find these men?
Well, I said, now fuck the men. We're here. This is the truth. Look at each other. You're at competition. You can be friends, but you're competition because you want the same thing. Right? Unless you're prepared to be sister wives. I mean, would you be I make no judgment. Would you be open to a poly relationship where you can have 2 wives?
I don't think so.
Yeah. No.
Well, then somebody's going to have to win. Either you going to win, she's going to win, or he's going to go down to the other girl who's going to compete. And this is why Black women lose. Because you're still talking about, where are these guys? What difference does it make? You got to compete for them. And when women who have been groomed to realize those guys are the prize, and this is what I have to do, they go flirt and flip their hair and they do all this stuff, and you're like, y'all sitting back, well, why do I have to do this and do that? And they're all, hey, let me buy you a drink. Oh, he likes Jordans. Let me buy him some Jordans. When have you ever bought a guy?
Lots of things.
Yeah, lots of things.
Good. So, I mean, this is a good conversation, but what I'm trying to get you guys to understand is the kind of men you're talking about are 10% of the population. And that's assuming they're that's all the population. That's not adjusted for the ones who are married. That's not adjusting for the ones who are gay. So do you really have time to be buddy? Or, I mean, honestly, it'll make more sense if you say, yeah, girl, you're my friend, but in musical chairs, I would knock your ass down to get the last chair. And one of you's the bride and one's the bridesmaid. That's how competitive people, that's why other communities win, because they're willing to compete. But you guys want to be friends and don't want to hurt each other's feelings. And then the white girl takes your man. That's the bottom line. So now you ask me, where do these guys hang out?
In Atlanta.
Well, steakhouses, country clubs, cigar bars. But do you guys always go out together? That's not gonna work either. You got to start going out by yourself. See, this has been a really good call, because if you could look at the expression on their face, they're like, shit, is this hard? Yeah. But if not, you can always go down and get you to go get the cyber. I mean, that doesn't sound like he was. Why aren't you guys together? The guy was making 80 grand. What's wrong with him? What's wrong with him?
He had daddy issues.
Meaning what? I got daddy issues. I mean,
he needed a father figure. His mom was a real bad influence. He didn't know how to treat a woman. Like, just.
Okay, what about you? What's your the bob haircut? What's your name?
Mine had kids and.
Whoa! What's your name though?
Diamond.
Diamond, and the other one is?
Alexis.
Alexa. Diamond, you said your ex has 2 kids?
Yeah.
How old was he?
35.
Okay, I need you to lean forward a little bit. Why are you dating men with 2 kids?
His personality and our chemistry.
Okay, and so how long did you guys date?
About a year and a half.
So explain something. You wasted a year and a half on a man who had 2 kids, and now you want a high value man to come behind that. Pay attention to what I'm about to say. Men look at your last boyfriends, serious relationships, and we judge what price we should have to pay and what we should have to do. Your last boyfriend lowered your price because you stayed there for 18 months at 20. How old?
5.
Yeah, you gave him 18 months of your prime years that you cannot get back. So if you were to meet this Henry, he's going to be like, you want me to follow the 35-year-old nigga with 2 kids? Nah, I'm good. I'm going to go on over. He may kick it with you. He may hit it, but serious relationship, you've lowered your value. So what you need to understand is you can't undo that, but you need to know that's how men think. Did you know that?
Yeah.
All right. So what you do is don't do that going forward, because you cannot change the fact that you guys had an 18-month relationship. You guys were intimate. So that guy imprinted on you. There was something you liked about him. The chemistry is usually a code word for sex. The sex was good. So, or else, I mean, because it's not like you saw a future with him, did you?
When I first met him, I did.
Okay. Did he approach you as though he wanted to marry you?
No,
Okay.
but I feel like towards the end that he would have.
You got to start with the end in mind. So you talk about daddy issues. This is daddy issue right here. So it's always good for us who aren't raised by a 2-parent household to get some therapy, because there's no way a 23-year-old woman should have been dealing with a man who's 35 years old with 2 kids without, and did you know you wanted to be married when you started dating him?
No.
All right. So you're just doing something.
Yeah.
All right. Well, why this is important is because these are your most valuable years. And I hate to hear young Black women waste their valuable years on dead end relationships. It would have been better to get with somebody who had no kids, who you could have at least had a future with, because with him, there was no real future. And see, if you had a father in your life, he probably would have said, hold on, Diamond, I'm not going to let my baby girl deal with this 40-year-old nigga with 2 kids. No, thank you. You need to go find somebody else. You need to date somebody your own age. But mamas will let you do that. And all this stuff comes back to the high value thing. And high value is not the only thing. It sounds like you sound like you're both really nice young ladies. But I don't want you to get fixated on a man being high value. You should worry about a man's character. And can you cooperate with him? Are you willing to get on his program? Are you willing to be under his authority as a man for everything you expect him to provide for you? That's what you got to get. So it's not about finding men if you're not ready. If I dropped you in a room with 300 high value men, if you're not ready, what's the point? Then did you have to take the SAT or the ACT to get into college?
Both. Yeah.
Okay. If I would have gave it to you in the 8th grade, it wouldn't have mattered, would it?
Mm-mm.
I said at the beginning, you still got work to do. So start understanding the outcome you want. Or therapy's always good. Write it down, the kind of life or the outcome you want, and start putting together some strategic plans, because like I said, finding a mate is not love, or it's a practical choice. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put you guys to the side. You can stay in the room though, okay? Thanks, lady.
Wow. Great episode by Kevin. Very, very good point. See, what a lot of women don't understand is a lot of the things you are going to want out of life, particularly a man, specifically a man, is going to take you putting in work. See, they were taught that everything else in life, yeah, you'd have to work for it. And maybe it may be things like school or like a trade or whatever the case may be. But in terms of actually dealing with people or getting a husband, is going to take work as well. Gone are the days where you're able to just sit back, kick your feet up, and life delivers you exactly what you were looking for. Those days are over. You actually have to put in some type of thought, have some type of substance, come with something more to the table than just anything else or everything else. Especially for the type of man that these women want. These women want high value men. These women don't want no average man. And there's nothing wrong with average men, because we're all, on the grand scheme of things, we're all average to someone, right? You could be making $500,000 a year. To Jeff Bezos, you're average. To Elon, you're average. Lot of money, yeah. But it's a small drop in a bigger pool. And for these women to think they're going to get those type of men without putting in any serious consideration or work on themselves is just simply not going to happen. And yes, they will deal with you. And this is for the small amount of women that watch this channel. Listen and listen very carefully. Men will deal with you. They'll lead you on. They'll put you in situations and positions to believe that you guys are going to be an item. But unless that man is 1,000% serious about you, is contemplating marriage or having a family, and is actively moving towards that, then that man isn't serious. You see, any other time, women are able to know exactly when anything else is serious. But when it comes to a relationship with a man or marriage, they're not sure about that one. But it's going to take work. You just can't come in willy-nilly. You just can't come in speaking any way you want. You can't come in looking any way you want and then think that you're going to get the exact man that you want. It's not going to happen. Men are waking up. People are waking up. People aren't accepting the same low value deals that they were accepting before. And I think that was the key with Kevin's content. More than anything, yes, let's help women, but also through helping women, we help men. Because now all the men that watch this, you hear what these women want. Are you going to make yourself the best version of yourself? Even if you're sitting there with a wife right now, you're sitting there with children, it does not matter. Are you going to work on yourself? If you're within a marriage, if you're within a relationship, you still have to work on yourself. You have to be better. And as we move throughout life, we slowly start to understand this. Some people understand it early, some people understand it late. Work on yourself. Become the best version of yourself. And it's going to give you're going to have a great outcome in all aspects of your life once you work on yourself. But I want to know everyone's thoughts and opinions on this conversation today. Leave them in the comment section down below. Make sure you guys like and subscribe if you guys haven't already. Turn on post notifications. Go support the Godfather. Go to his channel. Go watch his videos. Go support. Let's keep the name alive. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.